it going, everyone? This is Tom, and welcome back to another Q&A episode. If you missed it, a few weeks ago I did my first Q&A, or kind of a relaunch of the Q&A series I did a long time ago on my channel. I've got a bit of a cold. If I sound slightly different, it's because I've got a bit of a blocked up nose. We're going to power through, bring you some questions. I actually tweeted out earlier on my Twitter asking you guys for some questions. Here is my Twitter handle if you want to go and follow it. I generally tweet before I do these type of videos, so if you would like to ask me questions, that's a good place to do it. Alternatively, in the comments of this video. Let's go ahead and get started with the first question. Mr. Fresh asks, where do you get your wallpapers from? I love them. So interestingly, I actually get them from a website called Facets, facets.la. You may see the wallpaper on this monitor here and also on this monitor here. And interestingly, they've just launched an app. It's a fantastic visual artist called Justin Maller. He kind of designs these. He did 365 of them, one for every day of the year. Pretty crazy how talented some people can be with computer software and some other stuff I just don't understand at all. But they've just launched an Android app, and I downloaded it. It's about £1, I think, in the UK, a few dollars in America, and it's just incredible. It basically gives you a whole the whole Facets kind of library on your Android smartphone. They're all super high definition images, and they just look absolutely gorgeous. For example, here on my Nexus 5, I've got this kind of really deep red background that kind of goes with the color of my phone. There's just an absolute ton to choose from. So a really wicked app. I actually got it today. I'm not getting paid to say that or anything. It's just a really wicked app. Next up, one asks, what's your lighting setup? So for a video like this, I'm actually using an umbrella light, as you can see right here, and also a product light as well, and that's just kind of give the room some ambient lighting from the back. I'm also using my overhead lights, which are just standard room lighting. They're really not very bright on their own, but in combination with my umbrella light and my product light, it kind of gives just an extra bit of warm glow to the scene. And then when I'm shooting videos by actually of products, I'll have my two product lights on my desk shining kind of quite intense bright light purely onto my desk setup. I don't bother about lighting the rest of the room. Next up, Barrett asks, what are your thoughts on Android Wear? Now, this is a super interesting concept, even though it's not actually a concept, it's actually out there. Google has released a developer preview of Android Wear. This is an operating system, or a variation of Android, an iteration of Android, let's call it, entirely made for wearables. They're starting off with smartwatches that may well improve or change over time, but it's devoted to the smartwatch experience, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. The Moto 360 is Motorola's kind of smartwatch. They've announced it. It looks absolutely incredible. This will, of course, run Android Wear and just looks like a super sleek smartwatch. I've stayed away from smartwatches in the past purely because I don't really feel like they've got to the point where they are going to benefit me. I may as well just get my phone out of my pocket. But Android Wear kind of really looks promising, not only from the design, the hardware, but my takeaway is I haven't looked into Android Wear all that much. I'm going to wait until it becomes more mainstream, i.e. more consolidated into products and things like that. But I'm super excited to see where it leads and what kind of technology we'll get out of it. Last one for this episode, we're going to keep this one quite short. Charlie KP asks, where did you get all your comics from and how long did it take you to put them up? So if you're unaware, this wall behind me, this one right here, is actually made up of comic books. I say that makes it sound like my entire wall is made of comic books. The actual wallpaper on it is basically covered with torn out pages of comic books. It was kind of an idea I had quite a long time ago, right at the back when I started my channel, and I just had a kind of a white desk here, and I had no monitors here. My monitors were actually over there, so it just kind of made a cool little backdrop for my videos. If you go really back in the far on my channel, you can see that. I just tore up a few comic books. I got them from a local comic shop called Dave's Comics, I think it's called, in where I live in South England. To be honest, there'll probably be some sort of comic book shop or something near you. You'll probably have to spend about kind of £20 to $30 to get to cover a wall with them, for instance, because it does actually they do run out pretty quickly of their pages. And it took me about 2 hours probably to put up, tearing them out individually and kind of laying them into a format that I was at least moderately happy with. But I think it looks quite cool, and it definitely looks gives a cool backdrop to some of my videos. There we have it, guys. That pretty much wraps this one up. If you have enjoyed it and you've made it to this point in the video, as always, I would really appreciate it if you did drop it a like. Subscribe if you'd like to see more videos just like this one. Drop me some comments if you would like to be in the next episode, and I'll catch you next time.